Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Mr. Gaming Counselor, and we are back in the counselor's office. That's right, I've got some of it set up for your beautiful faces. As you can see, I've got the nerd gallery going on in the counselor's office. Well, let's talk, all right? We just released a video about the overview of Into the Light. Now we have a dev insight revealing more details about the perks in the Brave Arsenal. And there's some W's that I kind of saw, but there is also some massive or a massive fail that we do want to go over. Now, I do want to make a statement. Someone was upset that I had a different opinion on the last video about armor. Oh my God, I didn't like the armor. I said it was mid. I said that, in my opinion, we should have got the actual nostalgic armor, which was the armor based on Galley. That is a fair criticism. That is a fair opinion. Do I think I'm right? Absolutely, because it's my name on the channel. It's my video. It's my opinion. So, duh. Am I just trying to go against the grain because I think, oh, I'm going to be clever and go against what other people want? No. Am I the only one that feels the armor is mid? Probably not. Do I think I'm in the minority? Sure, I could be in the minority. Do I think I care? No. So, same thing with all opinions. I'm going to give opinions on the perks and the weapons, whether I think it's going to be good, whether I think it's bad. I can tell you right now that I think Luna's Howl is going to be dog water with Magnificent Howl because it's a butchered perk of its originalness. But that's just my only perk that I know that it has right now. So let's dive into it. Hit that like button, comment down below. As you can see, I've got my tracker. Follow on Twitch, but YouTube as well. We're trying to shoot for 600. I don't really plug it. I'm trying to do better. So let's jump in. The Dev Insight, the Brave Arsenal. By the way, this is just a quickie, so I just did this quick overlay, so bear with me. We hope you enjoyed yesterday's live stream focused on Destiny 2 Into the Light. We revealed the Brave Arsenal, a collection of some of the most iconic weapons in Destiny's history. Today, we will expand on how we are bringing back these living legends to the current sandbox alongside their limited edition variants. Without further ado, we leave you in a very capable hands of our weapons team. Now, I want to say that I'm excited for the limited edition weapons. It's cool. Again, elite hats, I recognize that casuals out there may not have the time to grind some of these out. Let's continue, though. Let's hold up that little bit of bacon. Introducing the Brave Arsenal. Good day, folks. It's Chris Proctor and the weapons team here. I'm sorry. With the details on Destiny 2 Into the Armor weapons set start. In Destiny 2 Into the Light, we wanted to ship new versions of as many of the most iconic weapons from all over Destiny's history as we could, including a couple of original Destiny throwbacks with updated art as well as rebuilt or brand new perks. Many of the original versions can no longer be acquired, while others can only be attained from in-game activities. We pulled these weapons from many sources, including raids, pinnacles, black armory, and one epic meme. You know, I get Edge Transit coming back because it's a meme, but I feel like there was other, like maybe some iconic Forsaken weapons that could have been brought back. That's my opinion. Maybe I hold Forsaken to a higher bar than most people. Let me know down below if you think there was a more iconic Forsaken weapon outside of the meme of Edge Transit. Not saying that we can't have it. I just think we could have, instead of hung jury for the 4th time, we could have had another Forsaken icon. Let me know. The selection we ended up with is 12 iconic weapons remembered with a smile by many players. Many of these have random rolls for the very first time, while others have updated perk pulls. Our goal is to make them feel like they used to, and many retain their original stat packages, but others have been updated to achieve that feel in the current weapon sandbox. But let us be clear, only the Destiny 2 Into the Light versions of these weapons have updated perk pulls, even compared to the weapons that are currently obtained in the game. Each weapon comes with a brand new origin trait, Indomitable. Essentially, getting grenade kills with the light subclass gives you. Hold on, let me read that again. Many of these rolls with the right column trait, Desperate Measures. We also made sure all these Brave Arsenal weapons were updated to a current art quality bar, and they have a consistent visual theme across the set. Let me correct myself. The Indomitability origin trait, if you have a light subclass, getting a kill gives you grenade energy. Using a dark subclass gives you melee. Sorry, word fumble. This is me reading it and recording it on the one go. Apologies. It's not as nice as my overview green screen. I wanted to test something. You can let me know which one you preferred. All right, we're not watching the live stream. Behold the brave Arsenal. How many times is it going to keep saying Arsenal or brave? Forbearance. I do want to something as contentious as a lot of people were grilling Bungie for, like, why are we bringing forbearance in succession? Clearly just do the raid. I think that is elitist, but at the same time, I agree. When we think iconic, I think of things that you can no longer get. They are iconic, but we just did a update to succession. And so does that mean Val will never get an update to its perk pool? Like the whole Val raid is just going to be as is for the rest of the time? We're never going to do a refresh? I don't know. It's really weird to choose very recent weapons. I can think of other raid weapons, like even like Fatebringer, or maybe even like some of the Vault Glass weapons that have not been touched, or Taken King. I can see some of those coming forward, or maybe weapons that were in those raids that we didn't add. I mean, there's several weapons that were forgotten that we didn't move forward with that they could have brought back. That's my opinion. Let me know in the comments down below what you think. Forbearance, the Witch Queen. The Way Frame Grenade Launcher, it's getting nerfed. Chain Reaction, that's the perk that's getting nerfed. It is one of the most popular things. I'm not going to read the word garbage that they have on here. Essentially, you get it from this Valve Disciple. It's a raid. They're bringing it forward. It has a couple new perks. What you need to know, the download, what's important is do not, get it, enjoy it, but Chain Reaction is getting nerfed. So that is probably the pro-typical perk that people will go for. I would try to venture and try something new. Depends on how bad they nerf Chain Reaction. What it's getting in the third column is Unrelenting, Stats for All, Demolitionist, Ambitious Assassin, Surplus, Steady Hands, and Disruption Break. Unrelenting's not bad, getting that health. Disruption Break, I know is new. Ambitious Assassin, I think we currently have that. I'm not for sure. But Demolitionist, I don't remember if it's new or not, but that's pretty good. Obviously, we have Chain Reaction. Bait and Switch has always been on it, but it's been like meh. Golden Tricorn's new. Desperate Measures is new. I think that's the other version of Golden Tricorn. That it used to be named Last Stand, but they said that's not the shipping name. So Desperate Measures is the shipping name for Last Stand. Wellspring, One for All. All of this seems pretty mid outside of maybe Desperate Measures and Golden Tricorn. It's all mid. That's why Chain Reaction is kind of the prototypical role for this. Succession, again, Deepstone Crypt raid. I don't really care to read what they say because they're just like, oh, it's been updated. But realistically, I see nothing here that is like, wowie, wow, you really need to chase this. And if you've never done the raid, then this is meant for you. New players, this is meant for you. But if you're a veteran, I'm telling you, moving target, no distractions, lead from gold, reconstruction, firmly planned, demolitionist, Discord. Discord's new. I think lead from gold's new. But honestly, reconstruction is still fantastic. Demolitionist, you might consider. Snapshot, redirection, recombination. I think it had recombination. I don't know if it had redirection. Maybe it did. Vorpal weapon. It's always had vorpal weapon. It's always had firing line. Box breathing is trash since it's been nerfed. Focus Fury is also garbage compared to both vorpal and firing line. Honestly, if you can get the crafted enhanced version, it's better. I mean, you're going to be able to enhance this as well. If you don't want to farm the raid, then this is going to be an easy way to get an enhanced reconstruction firing line succession. There it is. But if you want to be able to craft it and min-max and have the perfect roll, farm the raid. Fallen Guillotine. This came out in Season of Rivals. We haven't seen it in a very hot minute. I will read what they have to say. The first Legendary Vortex Fallen Guillotine descended from the Dark Drinker sword from the original Destiny. Yes, I missed Dark Drinker. It was amazing. Nothing has felt as good as Dark Drinker, in my opinion. Swords in general were better in D1 just because they were more impactful against bosses, and bosses didn't send you flying 20 miles backwards whenever you tried to sword them. It immediately jumped to the top of the sword meta when it shipped, and it's still relevant now. It is. It's very relevant. In fact, Fallen Guillotine does more damage than a bait and switch slammer adept. It's crazy, making it one of the most persistent popular sword or weapons in Destiny 2. Now, Fallen Guillotine is back with updated perks and some spicy combos, including Repulsor Brace and Destabilizing Rounds. We talked about that. Chain Reaction and Surrounded. You're not going to use that in game, but for general play, sure, if you like Boom Boom. Long-time favorite, Relentless Strikes and Whirlwind Blade. That is the go-to. This is fun for your Void kit, in my opinion. Repulsor Brace, Destabilizing. All right, we have Vorpal, Relentless Strikes. Vorpal in the third column is huge. We're talking about boss DPS. Vorpal plus Whirlwind Blade or Bait and Switch and Sword Logic. I'm going to tell you right now, this combination plus this, even Surrounded, all this sword, I'm telling you guys, you want this sword because you're also going to be able to enhance it. That's what makes it better than the old version. If you have an old Fallen Guillotine, get ready to scrap it because you're gonna want multiple rolls to see what works. This is going to be the sword, in my opinion, better than Slammer. Recluse. I found out that apparently Master of Arms got nerfed to like 10%. I thought, or 15%. I thought it was 15%, but apparently it's 10%. So it's worse than Frenzy. So I was memeing about replacing Funnel Web, but Funnel Web still has a better damaging perk. Well, let's see what it has. So this weapon shipped as a Pinnacle Crucible reward, instantly becoming mandatory in PvE and rolling PvP with an Iron Fist. Now it's backed with random rolls, including the iconic Master of Arms perk. Kills with any weapon improve this weapon's damage for a short time. We've tweaked this perk to be more balanced than the previous version, but the Recluse remains at an extremely potent option in PvP and PvE. We got Feeding Frenzy and Light in Action, Subsistence. That's new. I think that's worth a bacon. Threat Detector. That's worth a bacon. Repulsor Brace for you hunters with Gerfalcons. Worth the bacon. Trash. PvP, maybe. Master of Arms. It's still free damage, even if it's 10%. On demand, it can activate it by just getting a kill. So, whereas Frenzy, you have to be in combat for a while. It's 15%. In my opinion, I still prefer Frenzy simply for the fact that Frenzy, if you're in combat, you're going to get activated at one point in time. You get massive handling and reload with 15% damage. Frenzy, in my opinion, is better than Master of Arms. But for general play, Master of Arms is just free. Target Locked, which is, it's been nerfed on SMGs. It's now trash, in my opinion. There's Frenzy, which, honestly, I think Frenzy, Repulsor Brace, that's the sauce I'm looking for my Hunter. Destabilizing Rounds, again, if you're not running Hunter or you just want the package, you can do Repulsor Destabilizing. Surrounded is also fantastic. I would do Surrounded Repulsor as well. Go invisible as a Hunter, get a kill with with volatile rounds activated, you get to go invisible with your Hunter kit. Then once you shoot, you get a bonus thanks to Gerfalcons if you do a finisher. But also if you just come out of invisibility, you get that volatile round. So you're making things blow up. You get your overshield. And with Surrounded, you're getting a fat 40%. And when you can enhance this, you're going to get 47%. So as a Void Hunter, you're going invisible, getting into the crowd, shooting, killing something, blowing stuff up with volatile rounds. And then you're proccing, getting an overshield so you don't die. But then you're also going invisible. You are just doing this beautiful synergy. Mwah, beautiful synergy with Void Hunter. Trust, you want it. Tap the trigger, PvP, Desperate Measures. I still think Desperate Measures, the way it sounds mid. Now, Mountaintop, I think is going to still be the rocket launch or the grenade launcher because of what they've done to it. Another pinnacle PvP weapon that was the backbone of raid teams for more than a year. The Mountaintop had massive damage output in PvE and PvP. We've turned its micro missile perk into a new breach grenade launcher intrinsic perk. So it retains that functionality, but has two traits on top of that. Oh my God. I'm telling you, this is going to be the grenade launcher. We didn't want a return to the days of Mountaintop PvP meta, so we opted to rebuild micro missile. It retains its PvE strength, but with decreased self-damage and a massive increased physical impulse. Hilarity ensues. You're going to be able to grenade jump now. Or grenade launcher jump, sorry. Just like Halo, where you could grenade jump and rocket jump. Now you're going to be able to do that in Destiny. You can do that with rockets, with Danger Zone, but intrinsically, you could just shoot the ground and bounce with Mountaintop. Memes. Let's meme, baby. All right. And they're not really telling you the full truth, by the way. It's not just retaining its original strength. It's getting better. This is going to be, there's no grenade launcher, even slide shot is not going to be nearly as good as this grenade launcher. Because once you aim at something and you shoot it, it's going to snipe whatever you hit. And since it's now going to be able to have 2 traits versus the one with micro missile being intrinsic, you get 2 juice picks. It gets Ambitious Assassin, which means 2 shots. That's amazing. Impulse Amplifier means you can reload and shoot faster. That's always good. Demolitionist for grenade builds. That's juice. Lead from Gold is very much a sleeper pick, but trust me, if you can use your secondary with your element gun and shoot something and get some ammo back, like with Shoot to Loot, this will proc, which is great. Slick Draw, Auto-loading holster, which is pretty meta for most picks. And Overflow, which I'm very interested to see the difference between Overflow and Ambitious Assassin. I think Overflow will let you have 3 grenade launchers, or yeah, GL rounds. I could be wrong. Maybe that's Ambitious Assassin. I think that's Ambitious Assassin that will. I could be wrong. I'm thinking of one of these that will let you get 3. Either way, look forward to this. Rampage. I don't think it's going to be worth it. Vorpal will, though. Vorpal damage, a flat 15% against bosses, always juice. Adrenaline Junkie. Again, you can go for a grenade build with Demolitionist Adrenaline Junkie. That's nasty. One for all. If you're shooting into a crowd, it has its uses. A free 30% buff is nice. Harmony and Recombination. It's all right. In my opinion, the win is going to go to Frenzy or Vorpal. I like Frenzy because of the flat 15% just by using it. Plus, you're going to get fat reload and handling. Because if you max out your reload, you have like massive reload, then you don't have to waste time with auto-loading or anything else. You can do these big boys, right? Or Impulse Amplifier. Just build into the speed package. When you pull the trigger, you make this thing, bang, a sniper. I'm really excited because I think Impulse with Frenzy, with that fast reload and just that accuracy of a sniper and the speed of reload, just like, I don't know. We'll have to wait to see. I'm excited. Hammerhead, Forsaken, Seasons of the Forge. The first legendary machine gun introduced in Destiny 2 is overdue for a return. Hammerhead is still considered one of the best of its kind, and it's coming back with top tier perks and that iconic black armor style. The new perk combinations of Rampage and Killing Tally and Rampage Desperate Measures are particularly spicy for PvE. Again, I think those are good rolls. My preference, I think Killing Tally Rampage is better because you don't have to worry about ability uptime unless you're running a spicy, like Hammer Titans, you could probably, depending on Desperate Measures, I don't think it's class specific. So if you're running Solar, you don't have to worry about this being Solar for it to work. Or getting a Solar subclass match and kill. I think you just get a kill with an ability, and that's what makes it stand out more than Golden Tricorn. So you could use like builds like a Hammer Titan and just pop and keep the stacks up with Killing Tally. That might be it. Feeding Frenzy, Destabilizing Rounds, which actually sounds pretty nice. Envious Assassin. I'm very interested in Envious Assassin. Oh, Envious Assassin's the perk that gives you more ammo. I thought it was Ambitious Assassin. Ambitious Assassin's an old perk. I don't know how it really works anymore, but I know Envious Assassin has been meta for when it comes to mag perks. You definitely want that. Fourth time's all right, and so is rewind rounds against bosses, but pro, typically, you'll be shooting champions and trash ads. You might be able to make it work. I don't know. I'm more excited for these 2 perks, in my opinion. Under over is a joke. Just throw it in the dumpster. Surrounded. My opinion is if I'm using a heavy, it's to clear mobs, not to be in the middle of it. High impact reserves and target locked is always a solid choice. Onslaught is very interesting to me. I think Onslaught with rewind rounds, I think is very interesting. Get a bunch of kills very fast, get ammo fed to you back. Obviously, Killing Tally is fantastic. I think Killing Tally in Envious Assassin is going to be juiced because you are essentially getting an oversized mag where you can just blow your load. Again, it depends on what you're wanting it for. If you're wanting it to kind of be able to deal boss damage or champions, you might mix and match like 4 times and rewind. But if you're just going for ad clear, like a heavy ad clear in a GM, then you may very well use Killing Tally, Envy Assassin, even destabilizing rounds. If you're not even running Void, just getting a kill and putting volatile round on everything around just for ad clear is fantastic as well. And then obviously Desperate Measures and Tap the Trigger. Blast Furnace, not the first, but certainly the most beloved aggressive burst, aka 4-burst pulse rifle. Blast Furnace now comes equipped with a Razamoon ISA scope by default. Yeah, I think that is a massive L. Is one of the reasons why people have fond memories about Black Armory weapons is the fact that you could customize scopes. And I think removing that destroys part of its identity. Let me know in the comments down below how you really feel about it. Again, that's just my opinion, obviously. Instead of scopes, it has barrels. It was a powerhouse when it arrived, and once again, with the advantage of top-tier new perks, including the potent combination of Kinetic, Tremors, and Firefly for PvE, and Zen Moment and Rapid Hit for a perfect, stable PvP role. Like, they're not wrong. Tremors, just getting... I don't know necessarily about Firefly Kinetic Tremors. I'm not excited about that, but Zen Moment and Rapid Hit is a beautiful pair. This thing's going to be a laser. Like, people meme about, oh, it's a laser. No. Zen Moment and Rapid Hit are the stable package. Usually people want one or the other, but you can have both. For PvP, do not sleep on this. It's Zen Moment, Snapshot, Shoot to Loot, which I'm always excited about Shoot to Loot on guns. It's very slept on, but in GMs or in a place where you don't want to be in the middle of something where you could die, Shoot to Loot is very, especially solo runs, Shoot to Loot is very nice. Keep Away, which is all right. Perpetual Motion, which honestly, Keep Away is replaced in my opinion. Kinetic Tremors and Headseeker. Headseeker is also very good if you want that consistency, but in my opinion, with Zen Moment and Rapid Hit, you should always be landing headshots. Like, there's no point in trying to use Headseeker if you can hit all heads. In my opinion. Let me know in the comments down below if there's a reason you would want Headseeker over Zen Moment. Fourth column, Kill Clip, which is pretty nice. Firefly, One for All. I like the idea of One for All and Kinetic Tremors, and here's why. Kinetic Tremors, when you shoot like let's say there's a champion of a bunch of trash mobs around it, like camped up, like snipers or something, and you beam that champion, it activates Kinetic Tremors faster or easier. The blast will hit anything around it. And when it hits all the other targets, those blasts will trigger One for All, just like Dragonfly and Firefly. Hitting other targets with those blasts will trigger One for All. And also what people don't know is One for All also boosts other damage. So Dragonfly damage is boosted by One for All. So it's not confirmed, but I'm going to assume the same concept is going to apply to Kinetic Tremors, that the damage from Kinetic Tremors will be boosted. We'll have to wait to see, but Dragonfly 100% is boosted by One for All. That's why I'm excited about that round. Rapid Hit and Desperate Measures. For PvP, again, I don't see a world where you Zen Moment and Rapid Hit just sounds like the best. Edge Transit, the meme lords rejoice. This heavy GL is a longtime fan favorite and the most often requested weapon to reprise in the list by far. I've never heard anyone ask for Edge Transit to come back. I have never heard it. Okay, not really. Okay, well, reading words is hard, Mr. Gaming Counselor. Reading's hard. It dropped at a ridiculous drop rate in early Forsaken with such a persistent meme that we couldn't resist, including it and turning it into one of the strongest GLs in the entire game. With the greatest hits of grenade launcher damage perks and one particularly spicy option of Cascade Point in the third column, with chain reaction getting buffed. So chain reaction on a heavy GL drum grenades are getting buffed in the final shape. Chain reaction, it's the stabilizing round combo, provides some of the most potent ad clear in the game. One of my biggest complaints about heavy GLs is why use it over a LMG. I don't know how I feel about cascade point, but having a chain reaction where things blow up and then you get another explosion because of destabilizing rounds. Now, my hope is that destabilizing rounds proc first, so everything gets destabilized, and then with chain reaction, it causes another massive explosion, like, and it just spreads the rounds. I don't know how it's going to work, but I'm hoping it's that cool. Also, it gets cascade point and bait and switch, which is synergistic for single target damage. I think is nasty because all you need to do to activate cascade point is get, I think, a kill or rapid precision hits, which is very easy when you're pairing with, I don't know, a sniper, and you're just doing like a firing line sniper, and then you can just rapid hit with bait and switch cascade point. We'll have to wait to see. It gets chain reaction, cascade point, impulse amplifier, field prep, all loading holster, envious assassin, and repulsor brace. I know envious assassin's always fantastic on heavy GLs. Chain reaction for maybe GMs. Cascade point for bosses. So it's for boss DPS. I'm thinking like raids, if it's actually viable for like burst damage, if there's an encounter for burst damage. Cascade point or envious assassin will be very nice. Freeing frenzy, destabilizing rounds, deconstruct, adrenaline junkie, bait and switch, Hulk, explosive light are fantastic. Why am I not excited about like repulsor brace, destabilizing rounds? Because personally, I think there's other GLs that have these. I wouldn't be too like, I can just craft something else. But destabilizing rounds, chain reaction does, like I said, if it has that synergy, sounds spicy. Luna's Howl, the most disappointing thing of them all, in my opinion. Of all weapon types we want to include, selecting a limited number of hand cannons was by far the hardest. We probably could have filled the entire list with often requested hand cannons. We have not forgotten them, but there's a couple that stand out, both for nostalgia and dominance, one which is Luna's Howl. Originally, this was a precision 180 hand cannon. It's now essentially a 140 precision, so that means it's going to be more stable. For this iteration, we kept it at 140. Magnificent Howl, the number of precision final blows before reloading affect the total rounds granted with increased range of damage. This is trash. It doesn't matter if precision final blows extend it. This is garbage. Because especially in ones, or threes, I mean, threes, it's going to suck balls. Because you getting one kill and then hoping to get another kill, you might be able to change it. But there's perks and other things that help win better. In sixes, you might be able to meme with it, but honestly, you're better off using 120s, which are dominant, like I said in the last video. I think they neutered this perk. I don't see it. It's just like Desperado, except worse. Desperado at least has some niche uses, whereas I think the total payout to get Magnificent Howl running, it's not going to be worth the bacon. It gets Eye of the Storm, Subsistence, Discord, Encore, Slide Shot, Line Action, and Hill Clip. It gets Magnificent Howl, which is trash, Kill Clip, Incandescent, Desperate Measures, Opening Shot, Precision Instrument, and Harmony. I honestly think Precision Instrument and Eye of the Storm or Enlightened Action or even Slide Shot for PvP are going to be better. And I say this because Precision Instrument, getting precision hits increase the damage. So it's not as good as Magnificent Howl, but it's better than Magnificent Howl now because it has less setup and you can duel with it. So honestly, Precision Instrument, Eye of the Storm is great for in the middle of a duel because you're getting increased damage, but you're also getting increased stability and accuracy. And Slide Shot is just for getting that increased range right off the rip by sliding. And Light Action is just good for increasing your base stats. But honestly, I think the play is going to be Precision Instrument for damage, and then for stability in the middle of a duel, for dueling, Eye of the Storm. You could also do the traditional opening shot, but I don't know, each their own. I think we have enough god tier hand cannons with this combination that I think Precision Eye of the Storm is going to be juice. Midnight Coop. In year 1 of Destiny 2, it was in the raid. We know the raid's not coming back, or at least not for a very long time. It's getting Outlaw, Firefly, Shoot to Loot. Shoot to Loot's nice. Explosive Payload, Moving Target, Attrition Orbs, and Light in Action. Now, it also gets Rampage, Kinetic Tremors, Zen Moment, One for All, Frenzy, Opening Shot, Desperate Measures. For PvP, possibly Moving Target, Zen Moment. For consistency, if you want a consistent weapon, you get landing hits. It's stable. A lot of people, and then obviously Moving Target lets you, when you're aiming down sight, it gives you more accuracy. It has that dueling aspect. A Light in Action's all right, but this has always been traditionally a PvE weapon. Explosive Payload and Frenzy is fantastic. I love it on my Fatebringer. Honestly, I won't be going for that role because I have an Adept Fatebringer with that role. What I'm going for is Explosive and Kinetic Tremors. That's the only thing I care about. There is zero reason to ever use this compared to Kinetic, which is just free damage, and Explosive Payload, which is also just free consistent damage. The only thing I would use over Explosive Payload is Shoot to Loot, because again, it's really slept on, but it's not better in my opinion than Explosive Payload. The Taken King, Hung Jury. It's been brought back for 4 different reasons. But hey, this is the true final product we can expect. Third column, Rewind Rounds, which is nice. And Light in Action, Kinetic Tremors. So it used to be in the 4th slot. It's now in the 3rd slot. Rapid It, Shoot to Loot, which is fantastic. I have a Shoot to Loot Kinetic Tremors. It is great. Loose Change. Honestly, you're going to want Kinetic Tremors. It's a kinetic weapon. Get that extra damage. One for All. Kinetic Tremors, One for All. That synergy, if it has it, where it increases the damage of Kinetic Tremors, that's what I'm going to be going for. Cascade Point, Box Breathing, Firefly, Precision Instrument, Desperate Measures, Explosive Payload. Again, Kinetic Tremors, Firefly for Ad Clear. That might be might be interesting on a scout. I don't know. Maybe, yeah, maybe. Precision Instrument, I think, is going to be interesting because it's just, you just aim, and with a scout rifle, it's easy to achieve. Explosive Payload, Kinetic Tremors, again, sounds juiced in my opinion, and that's the role I'm going for. It's consistent, and just you're shooting and aiming for like champions. If you're stunning a champion, this is going to be an easy combo. But if this synergy with Kinetic Tremors, One for All works like I think it does, I know that Kinetic Tremors will activate One for All if it hits multiple targets, but will One for All boost Kinetic Tremor damage? That is a question I need answered. Elsie's Rifle. Now, this is a true new weapon, because it's never been in Destiny 2. Known as the Stranger's Rifle when it originally shipped, this pulse rifle is familiar to any Guardian who's played the original Destiny campaign, and it's the oldest weapon on the list. Now it returns as a Void, which I thought it was already a Void, but apparently it wasn't Void in Destiny 1, with top tier PvE and PvP perks. It has Feeding Frenzy, Zen Moment, Repulsor Brace, Loose Change, Keep Away, Under, Over, and Rewind Rounds. Now, I want to say 340s pulse rifles are just not popular at all in PvE. They're really just not. But I am interested with Repulsor Destabilizing Rounds. I think that's Rewind Rounds and maybe Frenzy. I mean, honestly, I'm not getting this for PvE. I'm getting this for PvP because Zen Moment and Desperado might be interesting. I don't think it's as good anymore, but for sure, Zen Moment, Headseeker, that's kind of my shout. That's kind of where I'm going at. And that's all of them. Half of these will be available starting April 9th, including the Recluse, Hung Jury, Succession, Edge Transit, Elsie's Rifle, and Fallen Guillotine. I see maybe 2 that I really want, which is the Recluse and Hung Jury, just because I want them to test out the roles. Come here. Bungie, come here. Come here. No, come here. Come here. We need to talk. You done effed up. What is the hell's wrong with you? No, come here. I'm not done with you. This is a massive L. A massive failure. I gave you credit for telling us that we can farm to our heart's content, that we will not be blocked. But you're going to time gate a limited event. Yes, the basic weapons will remain, but the limited variants are limited. Why would you gate that? As someone who is a veteran, as someone who's also a sweaty nerd, I will get them regardless. But as for new players, which is ironic because a lot of people are defending, oh, you can't criticize free. It's great for the new players. Is this great for new players who may not have enough time? They could have used the extra time to farm for the... And another thing, you're gatekeeping certain ones. What if they don't see any weapons they actually want on this week? Maybe the ones they want to farm, they have to wait longer and they will have less time to farm for the limited edition. What the hell, man? I gave you credit. This is a massive, massive fail. I don't know anyone who thinks that this is okay, that this is acceptable. Again, I gave them credit. I gave them compliments. Like, yes, Bungie, you did a good thing. But now we're gonna do this stupid time gaining bull crap. Like, it's why? It's like the rotators all over again. It's just this artificial grind. Let people play the game if they want to consume the content as soon as possible, then let them. This whole, well, we're going to make sure you come back. Screw you. How to take good faith and throw it in the dumpster. We're listening to you. No, you're not. Piece of crap. This is why I roast and I criticize Bungie, and I don't give them softballs, while other people are so willing to, like, oh, we'll turn the cheek. It's okay. They can't do no wrong. Really? Really? No, this is unacceptable. This is some stupid bullshit. It's absolute bullshit. Let me know in the comments down below what you think. Again, it's my opinion. I think I'm right. Why? Because it's my channel and it's my video. Duh. It is my opinion. And I may be the one that sits outside of the mass majority who's okay with Bungie bending them over and railing them. But I'm sorry. I'm a consumer and I'm also consuming with my time. And I don't like having to be forced to wait to play a game and play what I want to play, but instead Bungie decides, no, you have to play when we want you to play. It's stupid. I'm more annoyed for the new players who may not have enough time to grind for the limited variants, because there's no excuse for that. Oh, who cares about them? Well, you're a piece of crap. It doesn't, of course, if it doesn't impact you, you're not going to care. But you know, as a counselor, I do like to think about other people other than myself. I know a lot of people have negative feelings about me and have this, oh, well, he's brutally honest, so I don't like him attitude. Guess what? I don't care. But I do care about the new players. I do care about casuals. I do care about returning players who might be excited for this, and then they're going to be time gated. It's stupid. There's no reason for it. I'm Mr. Gaming Counselor. Hit the like button, comment down below, and subscribe. As always, it's good to hear from you. Let me know. And as always, don't be a trash can human being. We have too many of those as it is. As always, game out.